Good day, guys. Being here. So there was a sketch shape, a shape like this, I think, quite a while ago. So, but I couldn't find it anywhere now. So today we're going to try, model. I think it's like an island. Okay, so we're going to model that. Okay, so let's do it. So first, we're going to try a different method. Okay, so the first one, let's try model a topography. So in a project, so this is a architectural template. So we can actually directly place a topography in this project. Okay, so I think probably we don't need to draw. So sometimes you can draw lines to roughly draw the shape of the topography, and then it might help. But we can also directly place points. Okay, so let's just use site and topography, and we can directly place points. So first I'm going to place, so imagine that's a island, so shape like this. So, and also there's the ocean or the sea. We can just place some points up there. Okay, so there's nothing is showing. This is because by default in ground floor, this is the floor plan. So if you type VV, go to visibility graphic override, so we'll see this, topography T. It's by default is hidden. Okay, so it's hidden in ground floor, but it will be visible inside by default. But because we are doing it in ground floor, so it's invisible. So you just need to type VV and show it. Okay, check the box. Okay, so now we have 4 points. So we have a flat surface, and then we just need to create more points. So just go back here, and so we need some more 0 points. So these are 0 points here, so 0, and the next set of 0 points need to be placed to match the shape of the site. Okay, so now we can increase the height. Maybe let's try 500, so millimeter. Okay, and then just do something like this. So it would be good if you can actually I didn't you can roughly match the number of or the location of the points. So sometimes this can be quite critical. I'll just copy CC and okay, so maybe like this. So for each point at lower level, there's another point. Okay, so then we can add a little bit. Oh, actually, hang on. 500. Let's go to 3D view and have a look. So it's very okay. It's very flat. So maybe we should increase these points. Just press Control so you can add into selection. Okay, so maybe instead of 500 we can type in maybe 2 meter. Okay, don't worry about this because the cut plan, so of the so what you can do is actually, if you don't want to change the cut plan of the view range, so you can just go to side plan, so you will see from a very high level. Okay, so you can see that the whole thing. So let's continue add more points. So place point, and this time so 4 meter. Okay, so same. I'm just going to place points next to each lower level points. So because if you hang on. So you can see this is not quite right. So, but once you add, sometimes you need to adjust. Oh, hang on. So not this one, because we already have that one. Sometimes you just need to adjust a little bit to make the contour look right. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and then add more, maybe a 6 meter. Oops, did I place it there? Oh yes, that's fine. I'll just leave it. Place more, 6. Oh, hell, did I change the level of that point? Sorry, no, Control Z. Let's change it back to 4 meter. So what we need is place more point, not changing the level of 1 point. Okay, so 6. And I think that's looks like, so here in this area, so we probably need one more set of points, so to make it looks better. Okay, so what you can do is you can just copy, I'll just copy this up there and then adjust them a little bit, so to make the contour yeah, sometimes it's a little bit hard. Yeah, I think that's better. And maybe let's add another set of points, 8 meters. So maybe this time I'll just place them on the top here, and I think that's it. So now let's go to 3D view. We have a little topography. So that's can be the sea level, sea, and that's, you know, some beach there, and that's a little hill. Okay, and then of course you can just use sub-region, for example, and which one do I use? Try spine maybe. Okay, so and then yeah, just draw some sub-region, but be careful because you won't be able to close it, and you just need to use the line to close it. So now finish, and then we can give them, so let me change it to shade SD, and then we can have different materials. So for example, for this I'll give it a green color. Yeah, I'll just quickly create one. Just pick a green color, green, this one. I'll match, apply, okay. So green hill, and then because we don't have a sub-region, so we just need to apply the material to the whole topography. But don't worry, because we won't overwrite this because we have a sub-region here. So I'll just change this one to is there water? Is there water material? No water. That's fine. I'll just call it water. And if you don't want to create your own, you can always go into the appearance library. So, and then I'm not sure where we can find water. Site work, I think. Oh, why it's so big? How can I change it? Not sure. Not here. Not this. Maybe this. Yeah, maybe this. Yeah, that's better. So water. No water. Maybe it's not there. Maybe something liquid. Okay, so water. Oh, okay. Let's try this one. But I just want to have a color, right? So don't really worry. That's a very deep color. Anyway, so let me just pick a blue. This one. Okay, so that's water. Okay, so and that's it. So this is a topography method. Okay, so now let's try another one. So this one can be more interesting. So we're going to try massing. Okay, so basically we need to create something like this. Okay, so we're going to do it use model in place mask, okay, because we already have this one. We can just do another one here. So M mask and OK and OK. So to create this shape, so we can use I think we can use like a sweep with multiple profile. So basically you can just first do a spline on world plan, set world plan onto the level, and then do a spline, so something like this. Okay, so you can always adjust this spline, and you can add control, remove control. So let's add control, so you can create, you can adjust this. Okay, so this will be the path of this mask. And then for the profile, first we need to place some points. So I'm going to place one, and on this point I'm going to place a profile. So I'm going to use spline again, draw on world plan, set to world plan, pick this point. So or just roughly let me think. I'll just do a 3-point, okay, spline. Okay, so I'm going to move this roughly to the middle, and now we can move this point to control where this profile need to be. Okay, so and also we're going to CC, depending how many profile I think we can probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough. And then select the point, pick new host, place it here, 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 and the last one. And now we can select all these profiles and together with this path, so, okay, and then we can create a form. So this is it. No, this is not it. We still need to adjust the profile. So for example, for this one, I'm going to use a scale and then make it smaller. Okay, so this will change the mass. Maybe this one, I want it to make it slightly bigger, longer, and same as this one. Yeah, and maybe this one, or maybe I want to adjust this a little bit. Maybe I want to change the shape of the whole thing a little bit as well. Okay, so maybe this one need to increase. Maybe this one need to, maybe this one stay the same, but maybe trying to change the length of this. Okay, so but it's still flat, right? But don't worry, select this one. There's a middle point here, because when we place this spline, we have 1, 2, 3 points. We can lift this up, and you will see it will also lift this mass. So let's do this again. Okay, so and then select this, and that's how we play with this shape. Okay, so massing, right? And also you can always, so this is quite boring, right? So the shape is not very interesting. So you can even add control points to the spline. So add control, pick this line, you will add this one. So maybe you can just do it, something like this to make it looks more interesting. It's a little bit hard to see because by default the massing is using a default mask, which is a transparent material. So what I'm going to do is I'll just add a new material and give it a color. Okay, something like that. Apply. Okay, so yeah, so now you can see it's very boring, right? So you add some more points and make it looks more interesting. Okay, so and then yeah, that's it. So basically and also in the actually, because we used spline on each point, there is a little what's that called, a limitation or constraint about this method, because this spline can only be a 2D curve on the world plan of this point. So which means if we can't just adjust this spline so it will just finish it like a curve. So but I don't think it's a big issue, right? So if you really want to to do something like this, I think you should be able to find a way. Okay, so like create a void or something like that, but I don't think that's a big issue here. So and that's it. Oh, okay, so I think I might just add something a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to just lift this bit, okay, and then lift this bit. So because I think I might try, so that some of the very conceptual massing model, so instead of create something like this, it's all used like flat plates, so like a floor, but we need to match the shape of this one, right? So what we can do is, because this is the surface, we cannot. So if I finish mass, and you will see this is actually a surface, it's not a solid, which means if I click on mass floor, so even let me just check the level, make sure there's some level there. Okay, level 1 is cutting there, so I'll just make sure. Probably doesn't matter, I'll just maximize 3D extend. So now this level is cutting this mass. So but if I use mass floor, I don't think it will work, because there's no volume to it. It's not a solid. So what we need to do is we need to change this one into a solid. How can we do it? It's actually very simple. So what we need to do is go here. I'll just delete this surface. Okay. So and then we just need to just draw lines to close this profile. So go reference line, draw on work plan, set work plan, pick this point, and I'll type SE to make sure pick the endpoint. So once again, set work plan, SE. Okay, set work plan, SE, pick, and then close it, pick, close it, set work plan, SE. So use the line, okay? SE is not a line, but SE is snap endpoint, which will help us to make sure pick that point. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 closed profile. So we can select all of them, and this one, and together with this part, and create a form. So this time it's a solid form. Okay, so if I finish mass, select it, create a mass floor, pick the level 1, and then you will see nothing happened. Okay, so don't worry. I will try it again, but there's some issue here. I'll explain to you. Okay, so let's go to south elevation. What I'm going to do is not only one level at 4 meter height. I'm going to just delete it to make it easier, because we already have this ground floor. I'll just maximize 3D extents, and I'm going to, I'll see if I can array. I can't array, so that's fine. I'll copy. Depending on how thick those plates need to be, I think I will just make it 500. Okay, and then just copy CC. Hang on. Okay, so maybe copy, multiply, and until it reach the top of this hill. Okay, that's enough. Maybe I'll just delete some of them. Okay, so that's it. So now let's go to 3D view. Select this mass floor. I'll pick all of them. So except the ground floor, I don't need it. So and check them, check all of them, and click OK. So now you will see only these levels we were able to create mass flow on this height, and there's no way we just can't create mass flow on these height levels. Sorry. Why? Okay, so this is because in Revit, okay, you won't be able to create a closed spline. So you can see even our type SE snap endpoint, I am not able to create this spline because this is not allowed in Revit. Okay, and you can see all these mass flow. There's a little straight line in it, so which means not entirely a spline, just one single, closed loop spline. And if you cut something above this level, the line, the edge will become a single spline, which is not possible in Revit. So this is why. So how can we fix this? So it's actually quite simple. So instead of have one single math, we can just make it into two. Okay, so how can we do it? So we can do this. So edit. Okay, so now I'm going to just reference draw a rectangle. Oh, hang on. Let me think. Probably, yeah, that's I think that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is you can just break the whole thing into two pieces, so it doesn't really matter. So as long as we reach the highest point, yeah, maybe it's probably easier to do it this way. Let's hang on, sorry. Reference rectangle, draw on work plan, set onto the level. Okay, so onto ground floor, and then just do something. Maybe I'll just no, sorry, I'll just do a straight line. Okay, so I'll just chop it in the middle. Okay, and then use this reference line or create a void. The one on the left, so which will automatically cut my solid. So now we have this mass, right? That's good. Finish mass. And okay, so now you can see automatically we have all these levels. Oh, sorry, we have all these mass floors. So now we have this mass floor, we can just create a floor by face, okay? And also, because they are 500 because the levels are all 500 interval, we can just make this one 500. Just duplicate, I'll just call it 500, and maybe just give it a material. I'll just create a new, give it a white color. Okay, and then select all these and create a floor. So this will give us all the floor we need. Okay. Maybe we can make this curved. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now we can go back into this mass, and we just need to drag this line to the other side, finish it. Oh, hang on, I think I forgot something. Oh, that's fine. So I thought Revit might just automatically update this floor to match those, but didn't. So which still possible to click on that and match, but we don't really want them, right? So what I'm going to do is select them, Control C. Okay, now we can click on update to face, and then my Revit is very slow. Okay, so now it's all good, and then we can paste them in same place. So we will have this half back. Almost there. Yep. Oh, good. So now we can just hide the maybe just go there, mask floor. Sorry, masking and side. Click on that, and by default, because by default the masking is unchecked, so it will hide the mask, and that's it. So the only thing it's not 100% perfect is this line. Even we can join them, we can only get rid of yeah, it happens. It won't allow us because so I think let's just leave it. So this is the only thing. It's not perfect, so that's a line there. Or you can, I think probably you can cut it, this way, cut this bit. So when you looking in this direction, you won't see the line. It's hiding behind. Okay, so and also maybe you can just use a shade with without a line, something like that. Oh, sorry, uncheck the show edge, and you won't see them. Okay, and I think that's it. Yep, all good. So okay, so one method, so we can play with topography to create something like that. Another method we can play with masking, and also that's something extra. We can play with all these mask floors to create a little model kind of thing. And that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I think there was another image. I think it's quite interesting. That's always all curves, but I might try that one next time. Okay, so thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.